Hello everybody, welcome to the channel, welcome to this video. Today it's an interesting one because we're talking about the Europa Conference League and the fixture that took place on Thursday night between Lech Poznan and Fiorentina. The match finished 4-1 in favour of Fiorentina. This was the first leg of the quarter final. The match took place in Poznan over in Poland. Now why are we talking about this game? What's so special about this fixture? You know, why are we wasting time with this? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because for Lech Poznan and Polish football in general, this was a huge deal. This was a massive fixture. You got to remember, no Polish football club has made it through to the quarterfinal of a European competition, and we're not talking about the Intertoto Cup here. We're talking about the Champions League, Europa League, UEFA Cup, Cup Winners' Cup. We're not including the Intertoto Cup, so I know there's some Polish representation there, but ignore that for now. We're focusing on the sort of the major. I know Europa Conference League is not exactly a major, but we'll count it as though it is, because it is a major for Lech Poznan in this context. So no Polish club has made it through to the quarterfinal of a major European competition since 1996. That was Legia Warsaw. On that occasion, they were in the Champions League quarterfinal and they were knocked out by Panathinaikos. No Polish team had made it to a quarterfinal of a major European competition since then, ladies and gentlemen. We are in 2023. So this, for Lech Poznan, this, for Polish club football, was a major deal. It was huge. It was billed as one of the biggest games for a Polish club on the international stage for over 2 decades. And it was. And it ended in a bit of a flop, let's be honest here. The game itself, let's be honest, Lech Poznan and Fiorentina are on 2 different levels. Comparing extra-class clubs to the ones in Serie A, the gap is unimaginable. It's a horrendous gap. The levels are incomparable, and we saw that, unfortunately, on display in that first leg of the quarterfinal. The first goal, Fiorentina score after just 3 minutes. The Lech Poznan player Pedro Rebojo loses possession. He miscontrols the ball in his own half. He's dispossessed. Nicolas Gonzalez takes possession for Fiorentina. He has a pop from distance, hits the post. The ball comes back out, hits the goalkeeper Bednarek, and then Arthur Cabral fires in from close range for 1-0. 7 minutes later, though, Lech Poznan thought they had a decent penalty shout. It was Michal Ishak who appeared to be going one-on-one with the goalkeeper at one point. He received a slight nudge from Nikola Milenkovic, and ultimately Ishak went down looking for a penalty. The referee immediately was saying, "Get yourself up." And the Polish commentator made an interesting point. If he wouldn't have gone down, he would have been one-on-one with the keeper, and what an opportunity to score an equaliser on the 10th minute mark. What a way to hit back that could have been. But he opted to go down instead, and that was the one question mark from the Polish commentary team. On the 19th minute mark, though, Fiorentina has an opportunity to go 2-0 up. It's Josip Brekalo who hits the post from the edge of the area. Another long-range shot, smashes it against the post. And Lech go on a counter-attack. Just as Lech go on the counter-attack, we're in the 20th minute mark, and the whole stadium is obviously doing the Poznan, which, for those who don't know, and for those who don't follow Manchester City, for instance, it's where the entire stadium gets up off their feet, and the fans are jumping up and down with their backs towards the pitch, so no one can see what's going on. Lech are on the counter-attack after that shot from Brekalo, and ultimately Christopher Velde ends up scoring from distance for Lech Poznan and makes it 1-1, but nobody sees the goal because everybody's back is towards the field. Everyone's jumping up and down. So a few seconds pass by, everybody realises, it's 1-1. A funny moment considering it's the only goal of the game for Lech Poznan and potentially of the tie. And very few of the home fans actually managed to see it. Anyway, 40 minutes on the clock. Cristiano Biragi sends in a cross for Fiorentina towards the back post. And Nicolas Gonzalez, again, he gets the better of Pedro Rebojo in defence. Heads it past the keeper, Bednarek. A slow header makes its way. It's not the nicest header you'll ever see, but it does the job, and it goes in to make it 2-1, puts Fiorentina back in the league, back in the lead. In the second half, things really go from bad to worse for Lech Poznan. It was in the 57th minute that Giacomo Bonaventura scores from the edge of the area. Another nice shot. Makes it 3-1. Then in the 62nd minute mark, we get the most embarrassing goal of the game, to be fair. Jonathan Ikone, he comes off the bench really in the second half, and he picks up the ball, believe it or not, 5 yards into his own half. He makes it to the halfway line, gets past a Lech Poznan player, and then from the halfway line, he makes it all the way to the Lech Poznan box without any resistance at all. He gets there, he's got all the time in the world, times his shot, and just slides the ball into the bottom left corner without any pressure, without any resistance from Lech Poznan. He doesn't even fire it in, he just passes the ball into the bottom corner. Bednarek can't keep it away, and just immediately it's 4-1. And that ended up being the full-time score. You could say it's half-time, we're halfway into the tie. But let's face it, it's pretty much job done for Fiorentina. Unless there is a miraculous comeback away in Italy from Lech Poznan, I don't see it, to be fair. Think of Fiorentina, they came to this fixture with a 12-match unbeaten run under their belt. 10 of those were victories. I know they sit 9th in Serie A, but they're in a really good run of form at the moment, and Lech Poznan were just, unfortunately, nowhere near them. Goal attempts in this fixture, 4-21 in favour of Fiorentina. On target, 2-6. Just 6 shots on target and 4 of them goals. That's not a great result there for Lech Poznan's defence. And you know, for the history of Polish football, this was, as I said before, a massive occasion, because not only has a Polish team not made it through to the quarterfinal since 1996, a Polish team hasn't won a quarterfinal match since 1991. And many thought, with Lech Poznan themselves in quite decent form recently, that this could be the time where that run comes to an end. But no, unfortunately it wasn't. Interesting fact, in 1991 it was Legia Warsaw who made it through past the quarterfinal of the Cup Winners' Cup. They beat Sampdoria, another Italian team, before bowing out against Manchester United. So since then, no Polish club has made it through past the quarterfinal of a major European competition, and that appears to be the case as Lech Poznan face an uphill task in the second leg.